Upper Montclair, Montclair State.
One breath and the bullet begs hard for you. One taste and it's all that you want.
You gotta brush the cue, yeah.
Don't tell me that you can't remember how it was. Listening from above and me the fool.
Welcome to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We're starting our morning so good. Doesn't everyone agree? Gabby, how are you doing out there?
I think it was a rough start.
Mm,
I think staying up to do homework and also watching a show because it got to the last episode that I've been waiting for.
and then you just kept going, and then you had to watch
No,
it.
the episode that I was waiting for was like one of the last episodes.
What show was it? Was it worth
The Ultimatum on Netflix. I didn't expect to like it, and now
you do.
and now I'm late for the morning buzz. That's fine.
It's okay, because here on the Morning Buzz, Tuesday is the best buzz. My name is Terry Dickerson. I'm your host for today, joined by my co-host, Gabi Lutz, our sportscaster, Ella, sportscaster, rising sportscaster. Isn't she great?
My rising
The
star.
rising star, and our newscaster, Riley Kupo. And in the talk studio, we have Miss Emo McCormack.
Howdy.
Somewhere. Is your microphone okay?
I don't know
Is
what
it
she's
not?
doing.
She's all over the place. We're all over the place here on
It's okay.
Tuesday. We got a lot of news, a lot of politics, a lot of fun stuff, not so fun stuff in this first hour. But before we get into all of that, we need to get our news update. Riley,
Okay.
what is going on in the world today?
All right. So I really it's not as local today, but with Thanksgiving coming up next week, New Jersey families will get together and enjoy a big home cooked meal, but some Garden State residents won't be able to because they're struggling to put enough food on their table every night. So maybe you should look into donating to local food shelters or food bank to help residents out this Thanksgiving. And a recent update from our nice governor, Phil Murphy. He intends to he tends to bring back bear hunts exactly 1 year after declaring that bears would no longer be allowed to be hunted. And this is actively being slammed by animal activists for obvious reasons. And I realized that this story we're talking about a little bit later, so I'm just going to go over the bare bones of it. Margaret Robbie
Unintended. It's like really.
I get it.
The bare bones.
Bare
bones.
Oh,
I-
yeah, I didn't intend that actually. That's pretty good. So Margaret Robbie's new Disney Pirates of the Caribbean movie is apparently dead. Variety says that it's reached out to the studio for comment. They haven't. The Pirates of the Caribbean movie that she was leading has now been scrapped on Disney's end, so we'll get back to that later. And today's cold, and it's cloudy with an occasional light rain in the afternoon. A high of 46, which I don't believe because it feels way colder, and winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour, and it's going to have a 60% chance of rain today. So
Thank you so much, Riley. It is cold. That just made the morning so much better. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Walking here in the brick.
Bare bones.
In the bare
didn't
bones
even intend
brick.
it to be like that.
That was so good.
It was good.
Yeah, no, it's brick outside.
You know what else is good? Women in sports. And the rising.
Yes.
What is our sports update for this morning?
Okay. This week's Monday Night Football consisted of the Washington Commanders defeating the Philadelphia Eagles 32 to 21, ending their perfect season. hopefully they can still match the Phillies and get to the Super Bowl. So, point of that story is not every Philadelphia team can win this year, but it's okay.
I'm very upset.
It's okay.
Boo, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
It's okay. It'll happen.
One
maybe.
day.
Last night the Boston Celtics beat the Thunder in a nail biter with a score of 126 to 122. Jason Tatum led all scorers with 27 points and 10 rebounds. Jaylen Brown was right behind him with 26 points and 6 rebounds. Moving over to hockey, the New York Islanders beat the Ottawa Senators 4-2 with goals by Barack Nelson and John Gabriel Pageau. For some Montclair sports, your undefeated Montclair State men's basketball team will travel to Scranton tomorrow, and your women's basketball team will travel tomorrow to play against King's College. Good luck, Red Hawks, and back to you.
Go Red Hawks.
Scranton.
Where the
You
office-
mean, yeah, I was gonna say, you mean
No, whenever
we're
I
going to
do-
the office?
I saw
my
Scranton and I was
gosh.
like,
Oh,
so like,
yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
Scott.
yeah,
Is
Michael
point
Scott
guard.
playing.
that's Scranton.
That's a really good episode of The Office. You ever seen them play basketball?
Yes.
You know, I think I don't know. We got some tough competition out there. So, getting into our first story, the GOP is on the cusp of retaking the House control with a slim majority. Republicans were on the cusp of retaking control of the House last night with just 1 point away. They're just one victory shy of 218 seats. The party needs to secure the majority, narrowing the path for Democrats to keep the chamber and raising the prospect of a divided government in Washington. Democrats have already won control of the Senate, securing 50 seats with a runoff in Georgia next month that could give President Joe Biden's party an additional seat. The GOP came to the election needing to gain a net of just 5 seats for House control. Nearly a week after the midterm elections, Republicans were closing in on the majority, giving conservatives leverage to blunt Biden's agenda and spur a flurry of investigations. But a slim numerical advantage will pose immediate challenges for GOP leaders and complicate the party's ability to govern. Please note that the race for the House is still too early to call. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto managed to hang on to her seat in a close race that nearly saw her beaten by the Republican adversary, with the result leaving control of the U.S. Senate in the hands of Democrats. After Democratic Senator Mark Kelly's victory in Arizona on Friday, the party now holds a 50-49 edge in the Senate. The Democratic Party will retain control in the chamber no matter how next month's Georgia's runoff plays out by virtue of Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. Cortez Masto's America's first Latina senator as well. We got some battling going on in the House. Are we surprised? No, this happens all the time. But this is really interesting to watch, as a lot of people were talking about this red wave happening when it came to these midterm elections. And now it's just not coming into fruition like a lot of advisors and political speculators really anticipated, mostly conservative political speculators.
Yes, I can't even lie. I was a little bit worried going into midterms because look, we're never going to get anything done, whether it's half and half or whether one has more control. We're just never going to get anything done. But we're especially not going to get anything done, and this is my opinion, if the Republicans have the majority of seats, or there will be things that are getting done and they're not things that I'm really happy about. So, I mean, that's my personal thing. Some people might be happy about that. I mean, I guess I'm happy to see it half and half, but also they're just going to go head to head constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really like a lose-lose situation.
I feel like that's always the situation where, like, let's say all Democrats hold the majority in both the House and the Senate, or like the vice versa, or it's 50-50 like we're seeing right now. They're just battling it out and no one's ever happy, where it's like they're pushing for a more democratic, more progressive agenda or more conservative agenda. Then it's like literally, I guess that's just how it is with life.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to be happy with this. And I feel like it's even worse when it's a 50-50. Just because it's like,
truly don't expect anything to get done.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, that's just the way it is, because right now our country is so divided and like more, I feel like a lot more than even in the past. And I just genuinely don't think anything will get done.
We should have listened to Washington. Moral of the
I was just
story.
about to say that.
What did Washington
No,
say?
he didn't
tell
want-
the listeners.
He didn't want parties.
Oh, that's
he
so
said-
true.
yeah,
Sorry,
he
I'm
was
not a
right.
history girl.
The end of democracy or something.
I
Yeah.
really think
That's not what he said. It was something like that, though.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
like
I
something
watched
about the
Hamilton.
two-party
He
system.
said that.
Washington, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
and people always say as a reply to that is that, oh, it's not technically a two-party system. Okay, but
But it is.
realistically,
But
it is.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, if you have all these other people from all these like smaller parties and things like
Yeah.
that, what is the likelihood that they get past like get into
Zero.
debates?
It's really been zero.
It
Y'all
has
don't
to zero.
give the Green Party a
It's really
chance.
been
Like,
zero.
they don't have the
Green
chance.
Like,
Green
gone.
Party just be sitting there like, okay, what is it our turn? They're never gonna get that chance because the two parties are just so big and just
Yeah.
so into themselves that like
Mm.
never will you get to. I'll be shocked if one day you see the Green Party like
There's just
take
so
over,
many
you know?
cons as opposed to pros. I think it's so important to vote for values and what you want to see the change in the country for, as opposed to just, I'm going to vote for you because you're a Democrat. I'm going to vote for you because you're a conservative. I understand that
Yeah.
people with like-minded values and ideologies tend to group together. So grouping is bound to happen, but I also feel like it's such a detriment to our democracy, as the Washington man has said, just because look at what it's done so far. A lot of people aren't educated on their candidates. A lot of people aren't educated on politics in general, and you don't have to be a huge politics buff. I'm sure not.
No,
but
same here.
It's a matter of thinking deeply about how you want the change you want to see in our country, and not just, I'm just voting because they're blue. I'm voting because they're red.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
do better than that.
A lot of people just don't want to educate themselves and they just go out and they vote and they go, okay, blue, 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 or they go red, red, red.
Literally.
And
you
that's literally it.
and the politicians that run for office, they take advantage of that. A lot of people,
Mhm.
politicians who are already in office, take advantage of that. Why? They know that some people just don't know any better and will take the initiative to educate themselves. And it's the fault of both sides, because I think it's our leaders' responsibilities to make sure that citizens have enough resources to be well educated, make an educated choice on what they want to see change in our country.
Mhm.
But I think it's also our job to go about doing that. Like, that doesn't
Yeah.
happen unless you take the initiative to do that yourself. And so now you're in like this push and pull of like, I want some change, but also this guy's on the other side of the line, so I'm not going to vote for him, or vice versa, or she, and etc. And it's just a mess. I'm so like, I hate talking about politics, but it's like so important to talk
Mhm.
about politics.
It's so important yet so frustrating.
Yeah, and it's not like our current climate makes it safe to really talk about
No. Oh,
politics either.
no. You know, if you're in a certain town, certain area, you know not to open your mouth.
Exactly.
I remember I was out one time and there was a DJ and the DJ was like, scream if you voted for Donald Trump, and the whole room erupted.
Yeah.
And then the next song, they were just basically like hating on Joe Biden's name the entire song. And I had never felt so uncomfortable in a spot, because we all know if I had screamed when he said, scream if you vote for Joe Biden, I probably would have had people attacking me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a little uncomfortable with the situation.
Yeah. Where
I'm
were
just gonna keep my
you
mouth
so
shut.
I could find the exit and like never go there ever again?
It's a shame because it was kind of a fun experience in Morristown. I was in Morristown, which is a very
North Jersey or South Jersey, Morristown?
what?
North? Oh,
North Jersey, Morristown. Sorry, I forgot that there's two.
There's two. It's
Yeah,
funny.
Morris, not Moors. Ours is Moors. Up here is Morris. Yes. I had to learn that. Yeah. So fun fact for you guys who are from one or the other and don't know that there's another Morristown. The one in North Jersey is Morristown, and the one in South Jersey is Moorestown.
The Metamates are seeing my astonishment right now.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? I
crazy.
just taught you a lesson today.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
You're welcome. But yeah, it's a very Morristown is a little bit more on the conservative side, and that can be okay. It's just not for me.
For me either.
No,
But I digress. We got to move on.
we do, but we're still going to be talking about the race because a Democrat, Katie Hobbs, defeats MAGA favorite Kari Lake in a high stakes race for governor in Arizona. NBC News projected late last night Democratic Secretary of State Katie Hobbs has defeated Republican Kari Lake in Arizona's race for governor. Hobbs' victory is key for Democrats in a presidential battleground state and a rebuke to a prominent election denier. Although the closeness of the contest left the result up in the air for nearly a week. Hobbs said in a statement, quote, "I am honored to have been selected to serve as the next governor of Arizona. I want to thank the voters for entrusting me with this immense responsibility. It was truly an honor of a lifetime, and I will do everything in my power to make you proud," end quote. A record number of early ballots were dropped off on Election Day in Maricopa County. It took a more time-intensive matter that includes signature verification. Lake is a MAGA firebrand and former local newscaster. She closely linked her campaign to former President Donald Trump and his false claims of a rigged election in Arizona. Lake ultimately fell short after polling in the final weeks of the campaign suggested she was grabbing the lead from Hobbs, who, as Secretary of State in 2020, vocally defended the state's election system and the accuracy of the count. Something about this I love because, and this is very much showing my more democratic liberal side. I feel like the problem here, and I'm gonna say something that might not make everybody happy.
Let them know.
The MAGA candidates need to kind of get
help
sorted out sorted out of this, because here's the deal that's what's really splitting this system. I mean, like, it'll always be split, yes, but for a more intense moment, the MAGA candidates and MAGA supporters, they're very intense, right?
Yeah.
For a nice term, they are intense, and that intense view does not go when everybody else is kind of just chilling, or not just chilling, but like, they're not as intense as as the rest. And their views are not my favorite, but that's still not the point. If you have a Republican who's just a Republican, it's very different than being a MAGA Republican.
I 100% agree.
And I think the issue here is that we need to just kind of sort back in the regular Republicans, because things will get done.
Yeah.
More than they will with MAGA Republicans, because they are very, we need this done. We need this done now. I don't care what you think. This is it. This is it. This is it. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
and unfortunately that's just the way it is. And I feel like if you're using Donald Trump for your election and all that, I think it's time to go. And if you're doubting the system when you were in the system, you were literally in the system, why are you doubting it?
That would never make sense.
And
so I don't know. I feel like those types of people need to get sorted out.
Was it like this bad when, like, I don't remember when Obama was like running? Like, I don't think Republicans were this
I'm not gonna
serious.
lie to you, I was too young, but I don't think it was this bad.
I am unsure as well, just because I think we were in like middle school when that was happening.
Yeah.
But I do remember a lot of the backlash that Obama was receiving was mostly racially motivated, and like that was mostly the crux of like the backlash he was facing. But I just feel like it wasn't this bad, just because Donald Trump's little party, I guess you could call it, wasn't a thing. And I completely agree with you when you say that MAGA Republicans are not the same as actual Republicans. Am I a fan of Republican ideology? Absolutely not. But I do think there's a huge difference in being a Republican and being a Trump lackey.
I can be friends with a Republican. I don't exactly like being friends with a Trumpy.
Yeah, that's real.
Because I feel like they're just very different, and I feel like one is a political party and the other one is an extremist. And don't get me wrong, there are extremists on each side of the spectrum. And I don't think either of them should be in office, because I think if you're that extreme, you're never going to get anything done.
Okay, yeah. I also think that overall in politics, I think everybody could do better with advocating for people for different walks of life. I think a lot of the time, the representation for people of color, for those with disabilities and the LGBTQ community and stuff like that are very underrepresented in our offices. And that's why I always feel some type of way, like specifically, I feel like Democrats either don't like, they always advocate for POCs and the LGBTQ community because they know that they're considered the more progressive party and stuff like that, but then they don't actually do anything. And then I feel like Republicans don't ever do enough or don't ever do anything at all. So then it's like, at that point, like, I don't like none of y'all.
Exactly. That's the thing is, like, with the extremists, like, I don't like you all. I don't like any of you. I don't like my side. I don't like your side.
There's too much room for improvement to where, like, I'm confused to what social things that, because that's my more so thing that I look for in a politician. Like, I've never been a math girly, never been a finance girly. I cannot articulate that at all. I just want everybody to have the funds to live. But in terms of social advocation, that's what I personally look for in a candidate. And I always feel like they don't do enough, and especially people who are MAGA Republicans, because that's just completely white supremacist ideology. And if people disagree with that, like, at that point, I feel like people are being blind to the fact that it's fully white supremacist ideology. And that's so harmful to a country that already perpetuates it day to day. And it's so frustrating when you see candidates and people even give these candidates a chance, and they have full right to vote for whoever they want to vote for. But at the same time, how can you live in a country that's claiming to be so diverse and so welcoming to all walks of life and still pick a candidate that does not care about that?
Exactly.
Doesn't understand. I don't quite understand that.
I very much agree with you. But that's like, so like this whole thing of like, you know, Katie Hobbs. Congratulations to Katie Hobbs, by the way.
Mazel tov.
And it's not even a win because it's a Democrat. It's more of a win because the extremist is out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where I'm standing right now. Is like, you can't. I'm sorry. You can have views, but once it affects somebody's life like that, in like that type of extent, I'm sorry.
You can be mad about different bills that are passed that are
for sure,
finances or things like that, but when you start perpetuating harmful ideologies that people have been working so hard and have even died to untangle in this country, absolutely not.
You tell them, Terry.
Thank you so much. Our next story is very, very sad, very unfortunate. Breaking from yesterday, a student suspect is in custody after 3 football players were shot dead and 2 people wounded at the University of Virginia. Police have in custody at University of Virginia, or UVA, student and ex-UVA football player suspected of a fatal shooting of 3 current players and wounding 2 other people late on Sunday. Excuse me, it wasn't yesterday, it was Sunday. School officials said that this happened at the school's main campus in Charlottesville as a bus returned from a class field trip. The suspect, Christopher Darnell Jones Jr., faces 3 charges of second-degree murder and 3 counts of using a handgun in the commission of a felony. Jones was arrested without incident around 11 a.m. Eastern Time, about 80 miles east of Charlottesville in Henrico County. An officer spotted the vehicle Jones was driving in the eastern area of Henrico when he was taken into custody without incident. Police have not offered a motive for the attack. President Jim Ryan and those killed said those killed were Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Deshaun Perry. The wounded students are being treated at UVA Medical Center, with one in critical condition and the other in good condition, he said, declining to name them. This is absolutely heartbreaking. First, I want to start off with saying our thoughts are fully with those affected and with the community of the University of Virginia, because I don't know how I would be able to cope with this as a student.
100%.
And I think my best friend from high school goes to UVA, and I saw her story last night, and she's a huge student leader on that campus, and she was reminding her students to shelter in place. The suspect was still at large at the time, and I was sitting there reading all the updates, and I was absolutely heartbroken. From now speaking onward is all speculation because it came off of social media, but people were speculating that since the UVA football player was kicked off the team or said to leave the team, this was a targeted attack, allegedly.
Oof.
And so when this was a media field trip, something like that, they came back to Charlottesville, and it seemed that once he opened fire, that he was targeting specifically the football players. That is not confirmed information, but a lot of people have
speculated that.
Have been speculating that, and the community of UVA is absolutely heartbroken because they've lost friends, they lost loved ones in this attack, and I get so choked up about it just because I'm so tired of the gun violence. This was just an absolutely unnecessary attack.
Yeah.
And I hope that this perpetrator is held accountable to the fullest extent of the law, because you get forced off of a team or what have you, whatever happened here, it was not necessary to take their lives.
No, 100%.
It never is.
I was gonna say there's nothing that could, justify you going out and doing what you did. It is heartbreaking. My thoughts and prayers go to the families, the friends, the whole thing. These people go to school, and it's so scary because these people do just go to school, and it could literally happen here at Montclair State. And I think that's what's so terrifying, is that these people are football players. They're involved with the community. They are athletic. They're, student athletes, and they're obviously very good community members to my knowledge. Right. And, to see this happen just because somebody wasn't happy with their situation, so they let it out on others. It's terrifying because it can truly happen anywhere.
It's a lot of the time, that's always the situation where people feel so much hate in their heart and so much rage that they feel the need that they want other people to feel their pain.
Yeah.
And is that heartbreaking? Yes, but they need help. We need to be providing the resources
People
and doing what we can for gun control, for mental health awareness, so
mental
that
health awareness specifically.
So these things do not continue to happen. These individuals didn't have to die over this.
No. But I always worry when I get a notification from university police.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No matter what it is, unless it's like a 100% I see traffic immediately, I worry, because it's they're investigating the scene. What are they investigating? What's happening? It's scary. And I mean, the other day there was the thing.
My heart dropped on Friday when I got
when you saw the attempted robbery on campus. Don't get me wrong, finding more information about the attempted robbery, I wasn't super scared, because these students really were just trying to get money, whatever. But that's a whole other situation. But I saw that, and I saw attempted robbery, and my heart dropped as well, Riley. I was like, oh no, I hope that everybody's okay, physically, whatever. I mean, it's a robbery is one thing being awful, but a whole nother one is if somebody dies from it. And I was scared a little bit. I was scared enough to be like, oh no. And then I learned more about it, and I wasn't as scared. But, I mean, when you don't know all the information,
there's just so many things, so many what ifs that send you into a spiral, and it can quite literally happen anywhere. As big of a campus and well-known of a campus as UVA is, down to Montclair State. It can be anywhere, and unfortunately, that's the world that we live in, and I'm kind of sick and tired of it. I don't want to have to keep offering up my thoughts and my prayers for other people's loved ones, not because I don't care, because I'm tired of seeing people die for no reason, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. And while we sit here and have a moment to think about state of the world and the loved ones that were lost in this shooting, we are going to take a short break here on the Morning Buzz, and when we come back, we got some more news for y'all, so stay tuned.
Nobody likes an awkward silence, but sometimes it can be a good thing. Use an awkward silence to ask your friend about their
Anyways,
It just was so funny.
it was just so
Har,
funny.
har,
Hardy har har.
Hottie ha ha.
We're back here on the Morning Buzz. We got some more news
I
for
have no input for the
everybody,
next 10
as per
minutes anyway, so-
usual. Gabby, what's going on in the Senate?
All right, guys. So senators
I said I
set
have no
to
input
vote
for the
on
next 10
bill
minutes
to
anyway,
codify
so
Supreme Court
I don't even need to
same-sex
really come
marriage
back.
protections. The Senate is set to
So I
vote
was-
this
I
week
was
on
beautifully
the bill
crafting
that
that.
to codify, the Supreme Court same-sex marriage protections. A bipartisan group of senators unveiled a deal
How are you?
earlier yesterday, signaling they believe they have the votes to get past a filibuster and move the measure to President Biden's desk. Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer filed closure on the legislature. Sorry, my brain just stopped working for a second. On the legislation on Monday, teeing up the first vote on the measure for tomorrow. The New York Democrats' move indicates that the updated bill has the support of 10 Senate Republicans needed. The new deal updates language from before the election and includes provisions to assuage.
And so I'm like, I know it's not my show, but
It might be
Word.
assuage, but I'm not
Oh, yeah, that makes more
if you want
sense.
me to say something,
GOP
because I know it's
members
gonna lose my
on the
show either,
religious liberty
because they
related
wanna take it in
issues.
2 weeks from
The group of five
so-
senators, Tammy Baldwin,
like,
Susan
now. I'll
Collins,
ask Leslie.
Kirsten Sinema, Rob Portman, and Tom Tillis, released the updated legislation
Look,
which
but also
protects
there's, like, a
nonprofit
greenhouse
religious
effect.
organizations from
That
providing
specifically
services
said
in
that.
support of same-sex
And I'm
marriage.
like,
It would also
"Oh,
protect
okay."
religious liberty and conscious
Because, like,
protections under the Constitution and
And
federal
that's not my show.
law.
I-
Okay.
wait.
I'm
So
not following.
Also,
Yeah, I'm confused.
I
Is
keep
this,
saying
are they
it's
for
worried about a
same-sex
music
marriage
team,
or
and that's
against?
bull
So
now,
they're saying
because he
nonprofit
just-
religious
so
organizations.
we
they
really
would
need to change
protect
it to
them
that.
from not providing support for.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm
Yeah.
intrigued by
Yeah.
this.
With it looks like majority Democratic voting right now because we
Mhm.
got
That's true.
Wisconsin, Arizona, and New York, which are Democratic. and
caliber
then we
app.
have Ohio, North Carolina, and Maine.
Re-airing
This
up
is 50-50.
on 90
This
points.
is interesting. I mean, I'm all for codifying same-sex marriage protections, but
I don't know.
I mean,
I think
I'm trying. Go ahead.
okay. I'm thinking that this is maybe more protecting religious values than
My mom's
being
reading it.
against same-sex marriage. Do you
The
know what I
text. I'm
mean?
like, if you need
Like,
some light
I think
reading
that
this
they're
morning-
trying to be like,
She
well,
doesn't.
if your religion isn't in support of same-sex marriage, we can't
Force
force
you.
you to be in support of
Just
same-sex.
going through it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's maybe what this is.
Mhm. I
probably.
feel like
Yeah,
there's not a
that's. I
single
feel like
person who
you're
isn't.
right on that,
My
and
roommate,
I
who's usually not
obviously
problematic,
agree that
she
same-sex
texts me,
marriage
she
is
comes back
obviously
within
more
an
than
inch,
okay.
she texts me,
but I
"Yo,
think
got a story
I don't
for
know. How
you."
do you feel
I'm
if
like, okay, I'm
their
expecting some
religion
drama with
says
her
we
friend.
can't?
Her boyfriend
Look.
got in a car accident.
Religion
completely
is religion.
destroyed.
I can't
We can't-
force you to
she's
think
fine.
oppositely.
I don't know.
Exactly.
If you say
When she showed me
you're
the pictures,
Catholic,
I have no idea
I
how she got in the
say
hospital right now.
you're lying to yourself.
And I'm like,
I'm allowed to say that as a
every
Catholic
problematic
woman.
person I know
Real,
just comes
as a
in
former
like
Catholic,
that.
As a Catholic woman
I
who
find that hilarious.
is confirmed, if you're saying that and you're Catholic,
It was
I don't want to hear
incredible.
it. Sorry. I
It
simply
freaked
don't.
me out a little bit too, I'm
Because
like,
I
what
know
if
the
you hear
values
from
that
me
Catholic
for, like,
people
like,
hold, and that's
it's
not
like,
really
yeah.
one of them.
But she's okay.
Like
luckily.
actually though.
like,
But otherwise I
well, I
don't
mean,
know too much about other
has, like, a
religions,
really
you know.
nasty
I
religion.
know the
Aside from that,
Muslim
she's like,
culture,
it's so
you
minor,
know, as
like
a
any
religion,
pain
you
that
know.
she has.
They
And
are very
she's getting like, a police
against
report tomorrow.
same sex.
She's
Yeah.
like, this
And
guy
honestly,
that
like,
ran into her
do
is, like,
I
super
agree?
sketchy, and she thinks that he
No.
got like arrested on set.
But
Oh,
I think when it comes to the rights of our
Yeah.
country and the fact that
too.
people
I
have
don't
the
know.
rights of religion, that falls under that. And that's, I think, for the sake of having democracy and things like that, that's just gonna, do you, like, in all honesty, if we had laws that said that you have to accept gay people,
yeah.
people would still have that inherent hatred in their heart. And
Of
I'm not
course,
saying
yeah.
that's okay by any means.
I'm not going to force you to accept me.
Right.
Will I be happy that you don't? No.
But as long as everybody has the same laws and the same
Mhm.
rights as everyone else, I think that provides a foundation. And after that, people can just feel however they want to feel.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I think with this new bill, I understand that they want to cover everybody with people who
Yeah,
are
no, I mean,
devout, things like that.
because we do have to remember that we are free, a country of freedom of religion, freedom of speech, all that good stuff. And if that's your religion, Do I agree? No.
Right.
But is it your religion? And do we live in a country where we have that freedom? For sure. And should your freedoms be protected? For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh?
And I find it funny that we all were like, wait, what's going on with this bill? I thought that was really funny, but at least that they're working to codify the same-sex marriage protections, because I remember when the Supreme Court overturned Roe,
I think so.
everybody, because they had commented that the next thing that was going to be looked at was same-sex marriage, and everybody got really freaked out by it. So if we can codify this and make sure that same-sex marriage is absolutely available for all people, yeah, absolutely, do it now, immediately, before they get their hands on it, because I know immediately they would overturn it. I feel that in my heart. And I have friends who at that time when it was up for debate, essentially before when the Supreme Court had said that, a lot of my gay friends and my friends in part of the LGBTQ community,
Honestly,
in their current relations, they're like, do we need to get married now? I'm not ready. I'm in college. You know what I mean? And that's
But
so
I mean, that is a
heartbreaking to
thought,
me.
you know?
So the fact that we're going towards codifying it makes me happy, because my friends are happy. And my friends are happy. My friends are gay. But
You know, gay also means happy.
yeah.
So there you go. You
Thank
could just say my friends are gay, period.
Real. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Slay.
I'm gay.
Slay.
In
Slay.
Slay.
Anyways, moving on, we got a Montclair State update, and it's really, really interesting. So here at Montclair State, our university plans to invest $27 million into Workday app.
I'm sorry, there are so many better things that they could be putting $27 million into.
I
me up.
said this. I said
The air conditioning in
it-
Bone,
not
or
even that.
every living building.
Just like Calcea Hall
Mm.
in general.
Real. But you want to hear what's going on with this? So they announced during the last university senate meeting that $27 million is being invested into the Workday app to expand it to the entire campus community and offer new features. The Workday app is currently used by work study students and faculty on campus to help them track their hourly pay, work hours, and other work-related facilities. Andrew Mees, the university spokesperson, explained why the university is making the investment solely in the app. Mees says, quote, the university is already uses the Workday platform for its financial and human resource needs. It will start using Workday as its student records and registration system 4 years from now, end quote. Mees further explains another reason why the institution is making the investment, saying, quote, the added capacity in Workday will replace the Aleutian Banner student system. The contract that services it's nearing its end, and the decision has been made that increasing the availability and available capability in Workday will enhance the student experience at Montclair State. According to Mees, students will find it easier to use. Some students believe that the administration is investing a large amount of money. However, others are hoping that the investment will be worth it and beneficial for Montclair State. Like, I don't know, another parking garage. But let's talk about this. How does everyone feel? Lara has joined.
May I?
May you?
Lara has thoughts.
I don't know. Maybe we could use another parking garage, because you claim to be a commuter school and you don't have enough parking garages.
Okay.
Okay. I will.
Fair one.
I'm gonna back
Okay.
up because I'm a
So
student leader, so I want to hear from y'all first.
I am also a student leader. I don't care. Workday has never been a problem for me. If we're being honest, I've not had a problem with Workday yet. I'm chilling with Workday. You know what I'm not chilling with? The Next Bus app. Can we work on that? Can we put $27 million into that, into our shuttle services? Maybe get us another shuttle or another shuttle driver. Give them that $27 million, please. Okay? Because this morning I was almost very late for the bus, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just take a shuttle. But then I was like, I clicked onto my Next Bus app, and what was there not?
Another shuttle?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Oh,
Because the
that's
Next
fine.
Bus app, once again, hasn't been working like every day. It worked yesterday by a miracle. Has not worked once again. Work on that app. There
That's
are so
real.
many other apps that they could work on for that $27 million. And I promise you, Workday is the least of my worries.
That's true. Riley, Ella, how do you feel about it?
$27 million is a lot of money, I'm also a freshman, so I don't know what workday is.
Mm.
So obviously it's not a good investment to me.
Um,
So that's my opinion.
Her.
Riley.
Her.
I'm not gonna lie. I used Workday once, and then I quit my job here because I had other things I need to do.
Her.
I was a ambassador for like 2 weeks, and then
Nice.
I was like, man, this is a lot of work, and I have other things I need to be doing. So I was like,
It is a lot of work, indeed.
yeah, but yeah. So Workday was fine though. Like the one
Yeah.
time I used it, like I didn't really
it's
have.
not a problem.
It is also like not used by everybody.
True.
It's only used by student leaders.
Yeah, so I don't know. I listen, I have a lecture in Calcia Hall and we have broken chairs in there that people can't sit in, so please fix the Calcia Hall chairs. Thank you.
Also, it's
This is
saying
a
that
PSA, please.
it's saying that it will replace banner. And isn't that like how we register for class? So
Yeah.
how do we like
So,
combine the two of those?
I really hate to do this. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for
Arr.
one. I know I never do that. Isn't that so crazy, MetaMaids? How dare I? So, if you don't know, I'm also the director of student affairs at the SGA, and I've been talking about this with Dean Souffleris. Basically, how she explained it to me was that you know how Banner's always down for registration and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Workday's interface is so much stronger. So what they want to do within the next 4 years is that they want to migrate everything off of Banner, put it onto Workday so that students have one central hub to register for classes, to put in their hours if they're a student leader. And so it's like overall better, and you can access it on your phone way better.
Okay.
You can't even do
I
that.
dig that then.
Yeah.
I
It's
do.
actually really,
I
really
dig
cool.
that. I'm still confused how Workday is being used for Banner because Workday is
Because
for
you can
work.
still use
but-
it as
okay.
a registration thing. You just have to program it to your specific institution or your
I'm
place of work.
intrigued nonetheless. That makes me a little bit better about it. I still
Yeah.
wish they would put that money into the next bus app.
No, absolutely. Oh, go ahead, Lair.
I have a question. Hi, Miss SGA.
Hi,
So
it's me.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. So my question to you
Mhm.
is, so I think it's a great idea putting Workday all in the same place because it'll make everything easier. But what about Nest? Like, is that going to be going on Workday?
To my knowledge, I'm not sure. I think Ness is still gonna stay because it's a central
Mm.
hub for like links and things like that. But I think right now they're more so focused on Workday and stuff. They haven't mentioned anything on Nest, so I can't really speak on that. But I think it's interesting feedback. I can ask them for
Yay.
you
Yeah.
Please
because
do.
that is
I
a
mean,
good point.
Because Nest be getting on my nerves.
Nest, can be-
Nest doesn't
I'm
get
not
on my
sure that
nerves.
Nest-
Banner gets on my nerves.
That's so real. The banner crashing. We just had registration a couple, was it now 2 weeks ago or something
like a
that?
week or so
It was
ago.
only like a week.
About
Yeah.
a week
Yeah.
ago.
And the amount of emails
Yeah.
that we got that banner was down was absolutely insane.
Banner crashed about so many times.
I think
And
it
like
crashed
so
too
many
many times.
times.
I think it was like legitimately once a day.
Yeah, if not twice or 3 times a day. Lara.
Banner be like, it's me.
Hi.
I'm the problem. It's me.
It's so
She's
cute.
done. You're the problem.
Oh, the fact that y'all both looked at each other. But yeah,
Anyways.
I'm actually really excited, though it is a lot of money, and I think I work really closely with the administrative part of this. So I think when students hear 27 million and they're like, why are we investing into an app? I think I also get red flags are dinging, red whatever is dinging in my head. But I think for our next generation of Montclair State students, I think it'll be so much better for
It'll be
them to use.
beneficial.
It will be beneficial.
Am I sad it's not happening while I'm
That's the thing, right? A lot of the
because I'm done
teammates-
registering.
I know. You're done.
Yeah.
You're a senior.
Per.
Don't do that. I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry. That's not what I was
I
meant
think-
for.
No, I think I am gonna cry.
No.
I'm getting a little emotional.
Do not cry.
I am.
Or
While we go on break, I'll cry.
well, we're gonna break on cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Crying on break.
crying on break.
1,
3,
2,
1,
3, break.
cry. Hey, I actually remembered to mute you, MetaMates. So we're back here on the morning buzz. We got through most of the hard stuff, but now it's time for our favorite segment of the week.
Tunes.
Tunes.
On a Tuesday.
Tunes on a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Hey.
On a
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Bow. Yeah. Emo's just like, what is going on?
Wow. Hi,
That's-
Emo. That is absolutely beautiful.
I feel like me and Gabby should have ad-libbed your intro, you know?
we should have.
We'll record something later.
Your people talk to my people, but now you have to talk to
My people are asleep.
That's true. But
My people will talk to your people, and then we'll talk about it later.
yeah, but
Sounds
right now
good.
we're gonna talk to our buzz people. What's
Yes.
going on with tunes? I'm so excited for this one.
So Tunes on Tuesday this week is an interview with Brooklyn artist Shan X, interviewed by the Morning Buzz's Friday segment host Nicole Pissarro. Shan X talks about the process behind making her latest single, Me, a song that represents self-growth and allowing yourself to break down when need be. Deep personal sigh on that one. She talks about the story behind making her music videos, recreating how life was when she was in her family household. Her music video was kind of a birthday wish, and she wanted to reflect her real life within it. She talks about the messages she wants to get across to her audience, relating to them and making them feel less alone in her messages. Growing up listening to her music her whole life, she cites a time when she was just 2 years old. She was on an airplane and she was singing in public, and that's when what her family refers to when they think about her start in her appreciation for music. She can play drums, piano, and violin, and went to a musical middle school, and cites some of her biggest musical inspirations, including Beyonce, Rihanna, Whitney Houston, Madonna, and most of all, Lady Gaga. She also talks about how she's grown as a person through making music and how she wants to make a lasting impact with her craft as a measure of her success. She wants to help other people achieving their dreams. Music from Shan X, Karma, All Around, Wolffox, and more on Tunes on Tuesday, which airs at 2 and 6 p.m. You can listen in for new music and good vibes. And if you missed last week's episode, no need to worry. All episodes of the show are available on our website, wmscradio.com. Woo!
Yeah, this is gonna be such a good episode. I'm really excited because her inspirations are Beyonce, Rihanna, Whitney Houston,
And Gaga.
Gaga, Madonna, and obviously those are huge triumphs. So huge icons. So this is definitely one to look out for.
And I haven't heard Gaga's name mentioned in a minute. In like a lot of people will cite Beyonce and Rihanna, but honestly, as just in an everyday life inspiration, I have to say Lady Gaga's it. One of
That's so real.
my favorite artists since I was very young. I dressed up as her for Halloween many years ago. I'll have to find a picture
Stop.
and share it.
You're kidding me.
Yeah,
Even why haven't I seen this?
I'm sorry. I'll look for it. I'll search through my mom's Facebook page.
Oh
and
my
then
god,
I'll share it.
Jody! Jody, text me.
Yes.
Jody. I love Jody.
Love it.
Queen.
Yes. But moving on to the next portion of my segment, I'm going to talk about the top songs in the AAA scene, the adult alternative album chart, according to iHeartRadio. This week, I'm going to give you guys the top 10. Number 10 is a debut this week. It is Weird Goodbyes by The National from the album of the same name released back in August. Number 9, down 2 from last week off his upcoming EP, is Stay Out of It by Michigander. Number 8, also down 1 this week from their latest album, Asphalt Meadows, is Here to Forever by Death Cab for Cutie. Up 2 is Runaway to Mars by Talk, is number 7 this week. A song that I have to say I've been absolutely obsessed with for the last week. I cannot get enough of this song from their EP, Talk to Me. Number 6, down 1 from last week, Miles and Miles by the Heavy Heavy from their album Life and Life Only. Exhausting to say, but absolutely love that stuff. Number 5, down 1 from last week, is Steve Lacy's Bad Habit. Number 4, up 2 from last week, off their 7th studio album, Alpha Zulu, is Tonight by Phoenix, featuring Ezra from Vampire Weekend. Number 3, the only song staying strong in its same position from last week, is The Otter by Camp off their album Lavender Days. Number 1 and 2 have been fighting back and forth ever since I started explaining the top 10. Number 2 is Stick Season by Noah Kahan, down 1 from the album of the same name, and up 1 from last week. Taking the number 1 spot yet again is Snap by Rosalind, from her album Snap Pack, and that is the top 10 in adult alternative album.
Well, thank you so
I'm
much.
so upset.
Miss Rosa and Mr. Noah, fight.
Noah, get back in first, please.
Are you a Noah fan?
I love that song. That song is one of my favorites.
I'm gonna be such a hater and be anti Noah just for the sake of the conflict.
Okay, ready?
Whoa.
So you're a Rosa Lynn fan.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
ready? I think Noah needs to be
Rosa
first.
is already first, and therefore I
think
win.
Noah was
There's
first.
nothing more to say.
So I think Rosa needs to back off.
Yeah, I think Rosa already won. So.
No.
Okay.
Noah won, and then Rosa decided to just somehow step into the spotlight of
All
Noah.
right. Well,
And I don't like that.
I feel like get your money up, not your funny up. You're in a number 2
I think
spot.
you need to get your money down.
No. Hot girls are never broke. Be real.
LOL.
LOL. That was our fight.
Thank you.
It was so riveting. No. But Emo, what's your favorite song on this list? I need to know.
My favorite is probably Runaway to Mars by Talk. That is, like I said, I only first heard it about like a week and a half ago, and I haven't stopped listening to it since. Another one of my favorites, though it's been around for a little while now, but Still Here to Forever by Death Cab for Cutie. I've been vibing with that song ever since it first came out. And I knew the second that I heard it, I knew I had to play it on our radio station. And so it is there in our
I'm
love
glad
system.
it's still in the top 10.
That's so fun.
Yeah, and it's also still it's holding on to the top 10 in the rock alternative charts as well. And I believe a lot of other alternative charts, which is really good. But I mean, it's also Death Cab for Cutie.
I love Death Cab.
Like super surprised, but not in a bad way. Like there's just certain artists that I think are just bound to do well in these charts. And I am not complaining about that
That's
whatsoever.
true. I need Bad Habit by Steve Lacy to exit the stadium.
No, literally,
That
why is
won
he
this week.
still in the top 10?
It's like creeping out because it's slowly
Slowly.
like getting off of TikTok.
Mwomp.
I'm so tired of it though. I wish
Is that the one that
I
goes?
knew.
Is that the one that goes? Bad habits lead to late night.
That's
No. That's Ed
so
Sheeran.
wrong. That's
Oh,
is
that
that
is
not
Ed Sheeran.
Not rats.
What is Steve Lacy? Did you just say my rats?
That's a bad habit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay, but I don't know why it's still in top 10.
Is that the same one? It's like I wish I knew.
Yeah.
I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew.
Hey.
I wish I knew you
They
wanted
sound
me.
like 7-year-old smokers.
I
Okay.
bite my tongue is a bad habit.
That was good.
Thanks.
And it's number 5.
It's
number
not
5.
okay.
I
It's not a
think
bad
us
song, but he's a
singing-
bad person. So
That's real. And 2, I think us singing it on air might have knocked it down to number 0. You know?
I honestly, are you sure? I think I might have made it number 1. Move out the way, Rosalind.
No, out of the stadium.
We have
Bad habits. You know what?
we have
No.
Bad Habits by
By-
Gabi Lutz.
By Little Garbage.
Little
and
garb.
DJ. I'm so dead. So that was our list.
Emo in her script
I need to see-
changed Bad Habit from Steve Lacy to Bad Habit by Lil
I
Garb.
need to acknowledge this. Lara said something really funny in our Zoom chat, and she said, "I'd rather be broke, pretty funny, than just rich and pretty," and that's really, really so true. But then before she said, "If I'm hot, then why am I broke?" and I felt that so much, you know.
You know what, Lara? Maybe you're just not hot. Hot take.
Don't be mean.
I'm just kidding.
Don't be mean.
She left me for a whole weekend by myself.
Oh, there's a vendetta here.
Yeah,
You're upset.
I am upset.
I can't
Your
believe that
relationships.
my
upset.
segment
She's breaking
brought
up
all
with
this
me.
about.
Lara,
Arnar.
where'd you go over the weekend, huh? You left your boo at home?
She went to her other boo's house.
Wow.
I just kidding.
Wow. When will my Lara return from war? Gabby just at the window. Anyways, it is our second hour. We've made it to the second hour here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. And how do we start off second hours but with a news update? So, Miss Riley Cupo,
Okay.
remind the people what's going on, please.
With Thanksgiving coming up next week, many New Jersey families will get together and share a big home-cooked meal, but some Garden State residents won't be able to because they're struggling to put enough food on the table every night. Look into donating to local shelters or food banks to help residents out this Thanksgiving. And since I'm staring at the photo of our governor, Phil Murphy, he intends to take back the ban on bear hunts. exactly 1 year after saying that bears won't be allowed to be hunted due to the amount of human bear encounters that have been going up, which is now actively being slammed by animal activists. And because it was so good last time, we're gonna go to the bare bones of the story because we're getting this later. So Margaret Robbie's female-led Pirates of the Caribbean is now dead at Disney. Variety reached out to the studio for a comment, and it was announced in June 2020 that she would be the new star of Pirates of the Caribbean, but it seems like that is scrapped now. And today appears to be cloudy with an occasional light rain in the afternoon, high of 46, which winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and a chance of rain at 60%. So it's cold. Yep.
Super cold. Thank you so much, Riley. Bundle up, y'all. PSA. I mean, if you feel like it. I mean, some people like wearing shorts in the cold.
Nah,
kind of wild.
PSA. Bundle up. It is cold.
It is cold. You're gonna catch a cold if you don't bundle. Unless you're one of those people who wear cargo shorts out in the cold. But anyways,
did we tell people what they're listening to?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a
I'm
reminder,
off
though,
this morning.
90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. But yes, we always remind here on the Morning Buzz. But you know what we always do on the Morning Buzz? We tell people what's going on in sports because women in sports are important.
I love my women in sports and I love my rising star.
Yeah. Ella Rising, rise up.
This week's Monday Night Football consisted of the Washington Commanders defeating the Eagles 32-21. Not fun to be an Eagles fan after last night.
Stop it.
No. Hopefully they can still match the Phillies and maybe get to the Super Bowl this year. Last night, the Boston Celtics beat the Oklahoma Thunder in a nail-biter with a score of 126-122. Jason Tatum leading all scorers with 27 points and 10 rebounds. And Jaylen Brown was right behind him with 26 points and 6 rebounds. The New York Islanders beat the Ottawa Senators 4-2 with goals by Brock Nelson and John Gabriel Pajot. And your Montclair sports, your undefeated men's basketball team is traveling to Scranton tomorrow. And your women's basketball team will play against King's College. Best of luck, Redhawks.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Red. Go Scranton.
Go Scranton.
Like go to Scranton, not like go Scranton, you know?
I mean, The Office.
I see.
Go Michael Scott. Woo!
Woo! But I'm really excited for this next segment because it was so fun to do last week. So, you've heard of Am I in the Wrong? But now we're doing MSU Confessions. And if you weren't with us last time, we are deep diving into the not official Montclair State page of MSU Confessions, not affiliated with the university, about other people's messy situations and anonymous little thoughts that they contribute to this page. And we're going to talk about it. These are not our personal entries, mind you, because some of these be a little out of pocket, but we're going to talk about them nonetheless. This first one, Anonymous says, need ideas. What can I leave as a huge screw you to my roommates after I move out? Any thoughts?
Nothing. You just move out.
Yeah.
Don't be that person.
Yeah. As an RA, I'm not going to advocate for this. No.
I'm not going to advocate for it because as a roommate,
yeah, it's not that hard to be a good person.
Yeah.
Just be a good person.
Literally, just.
And there are those residents who would do that. And I just think looking at situations like this, like it just seemed literally this 2 seconds sentences, I get the vibe that this person is moving out because of a roommate conflict. So I'm like,
and I get it. Roommate conflicts happen. I myself have had roommate conflicts.
I can't.
But that doesn't mean you go out of your way to
and I wanted to
harm them.
but I'm like, it's not.
English is hard sometimes.
I'm like,
I don't know. Just be a good person. Just leave. You know what you do? You take their favorite fork and you leave.
You take their
leave with their
fork?
favorite fork. There you go.
Interesting. I just say you leave. You know, you made it to the point where housing selection is hard, and on top of that, room changes are very hard because this residence halls are super packed. So
and everybody trying to move out can't.
No, literally. And honestly, if you were able to get a room change, just leave. You know, just go.
Yeah.
if you want, but I guess you can't say if you want because you are. But at this point, I'm not someone who's like a revenge type of person.
No.
So I feel like
if I'm gonna say, I might say something to you and be like, you were awful and I hate you, but then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, I think if that's what that person wants to do, they can say what they want. But doing an act to really like seal the deal or really beat the nail on the head that you're like, oh, this was an awful situation. Yeah, don't do that. In my opinion, I don't think it's very strong.
No, because they will come after you.
I always tell my friends this with boys. The best revenge is to move on, live a better life, and don't care.
Yes.
So just like move.
So
True.
much. So much because I feel like you get into this toxic little cycle when you are just both going at it, even after you've moved past the issue. So,
yes, and I think growing and glowing is the way to go.
That's a good one. I really like that. But speaking of toxicity,
we have another one. It's because you're toxic. So this one is, I feel like group meet chats get so toxic so fast. I get it. We can vent about the professors and assignments, but some people turn into Karens and want to call the dean real quick when they fail and want to blame it all on the professor, or get passive aggressive when other students are either passing or too busy to help them cheat on their tests. I don't feel like I've been in too many group meetings where I've seen them toxic. I've seen a couple where people are just too much with their wanting to cheat and stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
Where it's like, really, you can't even get that. Like, you can't even do that.
There have been a few times where it's like every assignment, they're like, so someone give me the answers, and I'm like, it's a 2-question.
I've literally told people before, get the answers yourself.
Yeah, because it's at that point. What I've noticed in other chats is that, at least in mine, people are just so not for the cheating and giving people answers, which honestly commendable. I know the university is really trying to promote people to stop doing that post-COVID and things like that. But in terms of people complaining, I've been in chats where people complain about the professor and things like that, and I think it depends, because in those situations, I think the professor was actually objectively really on the fence about certain things. But I think it's not incorrect to say that they do get toxic. Oh, bless.
Sorry, I sneezed.
It's okay. Bless you.
That like hurt my side.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
I think it's not valid to say that it does get toxic pretty fast, because I think people, when they are frustrated with a class or frustrated with a professor, they just complain for an entire semester when there are resources and systems in place where you could report your professor, and we have those resources here on campus.
Use Rate My Professor to complain, like,
and
please.
Use your professor. Go to the dean. You can go to the dean of your school and things like that. Like, those options are available to people who need them. And I think, is it fun sometimes, or not fun? I won't say fun. I feel like you find solidarity and all agreeing that you don't like a something.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've actually made friendships over complaining about the professor.
Yeah.
Like my sophomore year? No, freshman year? I don't remember what year. A year of some sorts. They're all kind of jumbled together at this point. I had a class and we all did not like the professor. She was not nice. And we were all in the group meeting. We would complain about her constantly, and then we became friends. We literally, like, it was just like this large group of, like, we would talk in the group meet about literally everything because we just thought it was so funny. And it wasn't even complaining about the professor anymore. Yeah. I mean, we would complain about her, but like we were literally talking about like other stuff. Like, we had inside jokes and everything. And I had a friend that actually came out of that class, like, because of that group meet.
That's true. That's like a psychological thing. Like, literally, people who find a common
Hatred.
enemy, in a sense, I'm putting that in air quotes, and then they're all of a sudden like super close friends. Like, that's normal and stuff. I do think it's important to like balance, like, am I just in this chat to rant? And honestly, sometimes it's valid, but you have some of those people who just complain about every little thing when it's not that serious.
Yeah, no,
I've
there
been
are
in
those
chats
people,
like those, and it's just such a drag. Like, dude, you can't complain about, like Riley said, like a 2-question assignment sometimes.
Yeah, no, there are those people though. It's like there's a happy medium, and some people don't meet that happy medium.
Right. So if this person's experiencing their group meets getting toxic really fast, I don't know what major they are or anything about them, but maybe maybe people are just fed up. You know what I
School of
mean?
Calm.
Yeah. Maybe it's a school of comms, you know?
We're not good at communicating.
Yeah, that would be a little bad, huh? But moving on to our next one.
Okay.
This
tell
person
us.
says, quote, yeah, I'm just saying, if we stop acting like it's every man for themselves out here in this traffic, we will all get to where we need to be faster. Like, chill, you're gonna cause an accident. Today was scary.
Here's the issue.
What is the issue?
The issue is that we have so many people from so many different states that none of us know how to drive the same. We have Pennsylvania drivers, we have New York drivers, we have Texas drivers, we have New Jersey drivers, we have all these different drivers, and none of us drive the same. So we all have different rules in our head on how things should go, and it causes frustration.
And I think as a South Jersey driver, I drive
that is the only
best.
right way. Yeah.
That's the only correct way to drive.
Exactly.
And I don't, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care if that causes any conflict out there, because you know what?
I'll wait in that traffic because I'm right.
Yeah. Because I'm correct. I'm not the one causing the traffic, you know?
Exactly.
Simply press the gas and the traffic will go away.
Truth.
The
The traffic's there because y'all don't want to drive.
So real, right?
That's
it's
what
not
I've
the
decided.
fact that the cars aren't moving. It's just because you're not
We
moving
could
the
stop
car.
so much traffic if people just drove instead of stopping their car.
This is sounding like a, why don't we print more money? Like,
but it's
Women in
True.
STEM.
No, there's like there's like a turn. I know that there's like a turn that a lot of people just like don't pull out in, and that's what causes the traffic. Like if you just pulled out instead of sitting there.
That's true. But I understand where this person is coming from, because some people, because on our campus, there's, I think, like one or like pretty much one way in, one way out for the most part. And especially that
there's 2 ways in.
2 ways in, 1 way out.
2 ways in, 2 ways out. But if you need
that's
to
what it
go
is.
onto Route 3 or Route 40 or 46, which everybody does, there's 1 way.
That's true.
Well, there's like one and a half way.
To get to car park, it's pretty much one road, pretty much to get to car park.
Yes.
And the
That's
rough
where
thing
everybody
about
parks.
everybody parks there, and car park, that's like the big commuter parking garage. So that's why the traffic is so bad, is because everybody gets off of 46 or Route 3, and it's just a line from the parking garage all the way to the highway. And people get impatient, especially when driving around in the parking garage. People get impatient. We've heard people Tokyo drift in the freaking parking garage. You can hear
that, yes.
You can hear them revving their engine in the late hours. So I don't see why they wouldn't be driving like that in the morning, and it causes accidents. It's scary. And people get so impatient because they're like, I have to get to class and things like that. At that point, if you're stuck in there, you're just not gonna get to class on
Yesterday,
time.
I went to CVS to get my medicines, my medication,
my medicines.
my medicines. And I came back from CVS, which is not a far drive. It's in Upper Montclair. And then there was, the train was coming. So like to get to the light on what is it, Mountain Ave? Normal Ave, the light on Normal Ave, by the train tracks. You couldn't get to it because, the train was going. And I was like, you know what? Well, I'm going to make my right, and then I'll just go to the light, by the ice arena and all that. And then I'll just, turn, and that's how I'll get back to Hawks. And I was like, I'm going to do that. Big mistake. I should have just waited for the train to be gone, because the traffic was insane. I waited way too long for a like 2-minute drive.
And
I was like,
to me all the time.
I made the wrong mistake, because it's always like a throw, like a toss up. That's the word.
That's true. I was in a similar situation where I was in between either making a right and waiting for the train, or I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cut through like the Red Hawk Deck Road, and that's like one of our,
not worth it.
On the other side of our campus, that's a road that a lot of our visitors use, and I was stuck there for so long, and I was like, this was just a bad decision.
Not worth it.
Could not.
And that's the thing, is that's what I did, and it was not a good idea. We all make mistakes.
We all make
and
mistakes.
Sometimes we need to learn from them.
PSA, maybe you want to schedule your time better to leave the house, because at that point with the way traffic's going.
PSA, you move, we move, we all move.
We all move.
Which means
We
just
move.
drive, please.
Drive safely.
Drive.
Please.
Just drive. I don't care if it's safe. Just drive.
Or shut up and drive.
Yeah.
We have one more.
Do we?
We do.
Oh,
It's about chatterboxes.
I'm so excited. I didn't even know because it wasn't screenshotted like the other one.
It's okay.
Anonymous says, quote, if you want to go somewhere to sit, talk, eat with your friends, or say anything above a whisper, get out of the library. A group of girls came in, and with food, and I don't care about that because people need it. But then they played their TikTok so loud on their phones that they were laughing and screaming while others were trying to get work done. They received looks from everyone in the area and kept doing it. Mad, rude, and embarrassing. Agreed.
Come on. Are you kidding me? In the library?
The library is the last place. When I go to the library, I feel bad talking.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I walk in to go do the printing and I'm like, and that's how I live my life. And then I leave. I don't spend time in the library because I can't be quiet like that.
Yeah, neither can I. I try to get a study room in there, and if I can't, I'm just dipping because I don't do anything quietly. If I have a
No.
snack, one time I had
I'd be
literally, I can't chew quietly. I can't open things quietly. At this point, I just have banished myself from the library unless absolutely necessary because of things like this. I don't want to be a nuisance to other people who are working or studying.
No.
I'm not studying. I'm gonna be honest.
One
If I'm
time-
in the library, I'm just sitting there.
One time I went into the library to do homework and I just I felt like everything I did, like even if it was the tiniest movement, felt like 10 times louder than it actually was. And I was like, I can't do this. It was also incredibly hot in there, which did not help with like the whole feeling that I was being loud.
It is. It gets really warm.
And I did not like that. So I left. Do
But,
you guys go into
hey,
the library?
You can have food. They don't care about that because people need it.
Yeah.
That
It's
part
okay.
made me
Don't worry.
laugh.
You can eat.
That part made
You
me
can
laugh.
chomp all you want, but your TikToks
because you need it.
disrespectful.
You need food, but you
need-
don't- because
That's it.
people need it. Because people need it.
Because people need it.
You need it to
I think
survive.
that's kind of funny.
I
that they
I
included
have
that.
never once been in the library, so
Yeah, I was
and I
gonna
don't
say
think
neither
I
have I.
ever. I don't think I ever.
It gets warm because there's so much natural
You don't
sunlight
sit
coming.
there?
I just go in the
University.
yeah
That one's
Valid.
a nice one.
I like the university printing room. Actually, I like it better.
yeah.
What's everyone's
It's easier to get on the computers.
favorite spot to study on campus?
My room.
Real. Are y'all a I study on campus person or I study at home?
I like the cafe. by
Cafe
Hilton.
Diem?
Yeah.
That one's cute.
It is
I
cute.
like
It's
that
cute one
Cafe
moment.
Diem is open now.
Or
because it's a
I-
cute one.
I don't even live in Machuga, but I'll have like my friends sign me in because the lounges in Machuga are so nice.
They are,
And I
aren't
literally,
they?
I literally like grind all the ones in Blant, and I'm like,
I
Oh,
live
yeah.
in Machuga, so
Yeah, no,
those
the lounges
lobbies
are
are
so nice.
yeah.
I
love them.
I like sometimes I'll do stuff in the School of Comm,
Mhm.
obviously.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, or I do. So I literally have talked to my therapist about this. I think it's so funny. I don't know why I talked to her about it, but I did. I do my work really well in another class, which
Oh
is
my gosh,
awful.
Me too.
I could like not have any idea. I could have writer's block and everything and like in my room or anywhere else. And then I get into a class that I'm like not interested in and I'm like, and I like get all my work done in like 2 seconds. It's crazy.
I am so glad you said that because I feel the exact same way. I have been cranking out so much work in my other classes, and I'm not saying
Yeah.
to do this. I don't promote this.
No, I
method
don't promote
at
this because
all.
I'm not paying attention in the class I'm in.
Yeah, and like for me,
But-
I a lot of the time I multitask better when I'm listening to someone else talk.
About
And
something I don't care about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true because I'm so sorry, professor. Science is so hard.
I need the background noise.
That's
the
true,
thing is
yeah.
like it's like I can't have something like I can't have a show I like. I can't have like a song I like because I'll want to sing along and want to pay attention to that more than I want to do anything. But I need sound, and sometimes white noise just isn't enough.
Yeah.
I like being in the class because it's that noise, but like I don't care.
I think
You
for
know?
me, I'm like very ADHD. So if I'm like sitting in a class, if I'm not doing work for another class, like I will be like on Amazon or doing like or
Yeah.
playing
This
freaking cool math
Agree.
games.
it's the truest
Like,
thing.
And
So it's like I'm
awful,
either
but-
being productive and doing other classes work or I'm playing Papa's Freezeria. There's no
Yeah, no, I
there's
get
no in
it.
between.
100% understandable. I sometimes online shop in class. I'm sorry, mom, don't listen to that.
That's true. I sometimes it happens, and I think honestly, I like you said, I like would much rather be being productive in a
Yeah.
classroom setting.
Mhm.
And it's just like because everybody else is in that vibe and everybody else is working, that I just feel inclined to just be like, yeah, I'm working right now. But when
Yeah.
I'm not in a classroom, it's very hard to get myself to do my work. And
Agreed.
I do like studying in the School of Comm though.
I do.
I like
Sometimes
sitting in
it's
our own
nice.
office sometimes. Or in the
I
green
do if
room,
it's quiet.
if
in the
it's
office.
quiet, which is very rare.
Because sometimes sometimes it's just not quiet and like
In the
it's
mornings,
not
you
a
catch it in the
technical
morning.
Oh yeah, in the morning when nobody's there
It's
yet
really
in our
nice.
office is fantastic.
The view is beautiful. The vibes are so good. So yeah.
Oh, I love. There are just certain spots that really just do it for me.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
real.
and that's one of them. I like doing work at the rec.
Oh, really? Even
I do.
That's loud over there.
Yeah, but it's loud that I don't care about.
Okay.
Unless I see people that I know, which happens often because I work there.
That's true. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on that note, we're gonna take a really short break, and we have some really cool entertainment stories coming up. So please keep rocking with us. We're here until 9, but stay tuned.
WMSC would like to welcome
Buzz. Hey, MetaMates, we're back, and we're getting into some fun stuff here in our second hour. Right now, we're going to talk about something that's happening on campus, or technically not on campus. Tomorrow, here at Montclair State, tomorrow is Winter Ball Slam Student Life at Montclair. Programming board of the SGA presents to you the Winter Gala themed Snow and Love, a night where news reporters, photographers, music, and an enchanted dinner to end the night. Lots of music, lots of dancing. Overall, it's kind of like prom, but in the winter for college students. So much fun. Tickets are needed to enter the event, and it's first come, first serve. I think as of right now, tickets are sold out, but you can check Slam's Instagram at slam_MSU, I think, if you are interested in keeping posted on that. And if you are attending, please make sure to have your student ID on you for verification and to have your ticket on you, because you need that for the check-in process. I will be there doing the check-in process, so I will be seeing.
So exciting,
isn't it? Is anyone here going to Winter Ball?
No, because I missed it.
Gabi, no.
I'm kind of upset, but it's okay because I have class until like 8:30 that night, so it's like,
Oh,
fine,
that's true.
you know.
Ella, Riley, are you going to winter ball?
No, I have practice.
No, Riley, no.
I didn't even know winter ball was a thing, so I'm learning this
She's
now.
mean.
You
I didn't
all
know
have
when
to
I was
be
a freshman,
cool.
if we're being honest. So here's the thing. What are you wearing?
Okay, so
You
I'm-
see how her face lit up?
okay, so my dress is like tighter, and I've never worn like a tighter dress before, so I'm
Her
scared, and it's
queen.
long. I'm wearing like a purple plum color with these silver rhinestone heels. I'm getting my hair done today, and I'm getting a little blowout moment. And I'm so excited because I haven't worn a long dress since my junior prom.
Wow.
And this one, she's snatching me. I am not even gonna lie. She really is snatching me. So I'm
Sister snatch.
so excited. You were at Spring Bath last year, right?
No, I didn't get to go.
No. Oh, you're so right. I
That's
remember
hilarious.
that.
My best friend's boyfriend broke up with her,
Oh.
and they're back together. Don't worry,
Must
guys.
stop.
But I missed it because he broke up with her literally right before I was gonna start getting ready. So then I had to be, you know, the good best friend that I am, and stay with her the whole night. And then I didn't even get to go.
Beautiful.
F. Oh. Do that real quick.
You want?
That
There's a big L in the
stinks.
chat. So I will be going to the spring one this year.
You have to.
I want to.
It's the last one.
The whole dress, and I still have any more. I don't even know
You
if
bought
it's
a
me
dress
anymore.
for that's your
Spring
spring
bash.
bash.
But it
Can
was
you just-
black. So I
Can you
could
describe it?
So that dress is a black dress. It's like a satiny kind of dress. It's got a V-neck.
Ooh.
And then at the top it's tighter with the V-neck, like it's very low V. And then it loosens up a little bit.
Is it like a fit and flare situation, or is it like
Kinda, yeah. And then but the bottom it gives like fiesta vibes because the bottom
Fiesta?
is like very loose and flowy, and it's got like a little like ruffle at the bottom.
And it's shorter. It's not like a longer.
It's like
one.
a kind of a high-low moment almost, but not. It's like
Ooh.
not fully long, but also like the front's a little shorter than the back
Like a-
because it
like a mid.
it has a crossover.
No.
Gabby, that sounds so cool.
It was super cool, and I was so excited to wear it, and now I don't even know if it'll fit me.
Hopefully it will, and hopefully you'll be able to wear it for spring bash. So then you won't have to. buy
Maybe
a
I'll
dress.
maybe I'll work out a little bit more, and then
Go.
it'll fit me, and I can just be
No,
like
the dress will be
snatched.
sitting and
Sitting and fitting.
sitting, fitting, and snatching, for sure.
Her.
But I feel like I never explained what it actually is. Well, it kind of did. It's like prom, pretty much. It's just a dance. So I think for my folks who haven't gone yet, specifically Ellen Riley, y'all have to go. You have to go once in your college career.
I've never gone to the
I'll
winter
go
one.
once.
You have to go, and you have to promise me you will.
I promise.
Thank you so much.
You've been promised, yeah.
You've been
Look me
promised.
dead in the face right now and promise me. They are sweating right now as I'm staring at them.
Because Terry's not looking at me, and I've never gone to the winter gala.
It's okay because I know you will. You would never abandon me, right, Gabby?
I would go. I'll go to the
Would?
spring bash.
You will.
I can't go to the winter gala. We just have this
Oh,
conversation.
well, yeah, you'll go to
But
spring bash.
but
though.
spring bash I'll go. And
See,
it's like the same thing. So you know,
it's the same thing.
it's
Winter,
just
spring,
winter and spring.
what have you. Anyways, we are gonna get into something that Miss Riley Cooper referenced
Yeah.
in her wonderful,
Bare boned.
her bare bones newscast. So, Gabby,
Yeah.
do you want to take it away?
Wait.
Something
thought
about a Margot Robbie moment.
Oh, it is that one. Okay,
Mhm.
sorry. Margot Robbie says that her female lead Pirates of the Caribbean movie is dead at Disney.
Yes.
Quote, I guess they don't want to do it, end quote. Margot Robbie announced in a new Vanity Fair cover story that her female-fronted Pirates of the Caribbean movie is dead at Disney. Variety has reached out to the studio for comment. It was announced in June 2020 that Robbie would be the star of a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie at Disney, written by the Birds of Prey screenwriter Christina Hodson. Robbie said, quote, we had an idea and we were developing it for a while, ages ago, to have more of a female lead, not totally female lead, but just a different kind of story, which we thought would have been really cool, but I guess they don't want to do it, end quote. In an interview with the Sunday Times in May, Bruckheimer said that both films remained in development. The mega producer also confirmed the future of the Pirates franchise does not currently have Johnny Depp involved, despite rumors touting,
Touting,
tooting
babe.
his return. I don't know. I'm British.
In Britain, they say
In Britain, we
tooting.
say tooting.
No way. I think one, I would have loved to see Margot Robbie.
I love Margot Robbie.
She is the best. She is
She's
so cool. And
Stunning.
oh my gosh, just
I have a crush on Margot Robbie.
real.
She was a good Harley Quinn. I don't care what people say. She was good.
Truth.
I agree. I agree with you.
Facts.
Whoever's saying that she wasn't is a
True facts.
liar. And two, I think her being a female lead in Pirates of the Caribbean would be so powerful. Very much a power move.
Literally, she'd be like the best pirate. I'm sorry. I stand by that moment. I stand by that fact. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. And I stand by it.
I also think it would have been really good for the whole franchise because no one's disassociating Pirates of the Caribbean from Johnny Depp. And
Yeah.
it's time.
Do you think he's
So.
gonna come back?
No,
I don't.
I don't know. I'd be shocked if he does.
I just think that they did him so wrong that it'd be odd for him
I
to
haven't
come back.
followed that since like May. when it
Mm.
went down, but
Disney is really big on like trying to have a good name for themselves
Yeah.
and having no besmudged name. So I'm quite shocked that he's still associated with it.
I'm interested just because of since he won that case and it was proved that he like was fine and that it was all Amber Riley. That's her. No, not Amber Riley.
Amber Heard.
Not Amber Riley. I love Amber Riley. I think Disney can go about it in two ways. I think one, they could just keep their ruling and just say, yeah, no, we're not gonna work with him, or they can be like, hey, we judged you too quickly. Come back and fix their name that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it could
Just
go
don't think
either way.
I think
Disney's
they
gonna
should
do
just-
that. Disney's just gonna drop it and call it that.
I
Can
thought
they,
for
and
his
hear me
sake,
out, just make a new movie.
That's what I'm saying. They
I'm
just
waiting.
Keep making remakes.
I'm
I'm so sick of it.
so ready.
yeah, do like
for some creativity in the media industry, and we're not
Please.
having it right now.
yeah, they need
Please,
like
I
a
beg.
new female-led franchise. That
Yes,
they can
please.
her.
Would you want it to be like
And not a cartoon. I want like
yes,
Yeah, no.
live action.
I'm
stuff.
tired of
Yeah,
cartoons.
like something Pirates of the Caribbean-esque where it's like but it's like female-led, a little bit edgy, maybe
Edgy.
like,
I love.
Dear
like, edgy
Kevin
enough to, like,
Feige,
creep out the, like,
please make
6-year-olds.
Marvel more unique. Please stop making the same Marvel films 4 times in a row.
So real.
Thank you.
Let's not hate on Marvel. Okay.
I
ready?
love Marvel. I'm the biggest Marvel. I go to Comic-Con every year, and I'm gonna say it.
Oh.
Kevin Feige needs to have
Yeah,
a little bit of
weird.
originality in his films. Okay.
Ooh, tea. Ooh, Riley came for this dude's throat, but you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. We need a little bit more because it's not giving.
It's definitely not given. Can I just say, I love how we look on camera right now. Me and Terry are both
I'm-
just slumped.
Because I'm got comfortable.
I just look like an egg right now.
This
and I'm kind
chair
of dealing with
looks
it. Oh,
good.
Lara slumped too. Look at her. She's turning
Lara
her camera
You
on.
look so good.
I love it. I love it. You're still glowing.
I am.
We're very much glowing. The light.
I'm not, but that's okay.
You are the light.
I love egg. I love egg too, Emo.
I love egg.
That's what Emo said. She said I love egg. And I
Real.
say XOXO Gossip Girl.
Next story.
Yeah, I think we should just move on.
Ella
think we're
was
there.
excited to talk about this.
Yeah, Ella, do you want to read
She's
this?
so
excited.
wants-
I'm
do you
so
wa-
excited.
You read the story.
No, wait.
Sure.
You know what? Go for it.
Go for it, Queen.
Pete Davidson is getting to know Emily Ratajkowski. That's how you say it today. A source close to Davidson tells people that they're seeing each other.
That's it.
Us Weekly was first to
I
report the
didn't notice
news
that.
after the celebrity gossip Instagram account Dokes Moy claimed that the two had been spotted together in New York City. Representatives from both Davidson and Ratajkowski's did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Davidson was most recently linked to Kim Kardashian. The couple was first romantically linked in October 2021 before they split in August of 2022 after 9 months of dating. An insider told People at the time of their breakup, part of the reason they split was because of their busy schedules. They both traveled all the time and it was hard. Ratajkowski, meanwhile, was married to Sebastian Bear McClard for 4 years after she filed for divorce in September 2022. They share a 20-month-old son, Sylvester.
Whoa! What? She has a kid?
Wait,
horrible
who
name.
has a kid?
Emily.
Oh.
She was married and they had.
Oh.
Whoa!
Hold on, I have to reread it. My brain turned off for a
When
minute.
did she have a child? I also
Okay,
how
when
old is she?
Pete and Kim break up, did I miss
August,
that?
you did miss that.
did miss
August
that.
2022. they broke up
Okay.
because of their busy schedules. And then
August. It's
there
been
were
that long.
yeah, and then there were like, and then there were like,
I'm quoting them.
because do you not remember him like publicly beefing with
Kanye.
Kanye, yes.
Yeah.
yeah
I have my
and
own.
then they broke up, and then there were rumors that they got back
'Cause
together,
the
but
shared
obviously
one
they
just
didn't.
ended up going away. It
So-
still exists actually. Just
You
not
started
as good.
talking about this situation with your friends.
Okay, so last year, Pete and Kim met on Saturday Night Live. I don't know if you guys watched the sketch when they did the whole like Aladdin thing and they like kissed.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was when they like first met. They first kissed. Kim told SNL producers that she like wanted to talk to him, and then there was that whole meme on TikTok where she said she was basically, can't say that right now. And then so they dated, whatever. He like got her kids tattooed on him. All this, like they were in a very, he was literally beefing with her ex-husband. It was seemingly very serious relationship here. And then they went to the Met, or not the Met. I think, yeah, they went to the Met together.
Yeah. I think
then
that's what
they
it
did.
was.
Yeah, they went to
They
the
did.
yeah, they went to the Met together. And then so it was like very seemingly serious relationship, whatever, and then they break up, and just like he did a year ago this time, he has now moved on to this like drop dead gorgeous Instagram model.
Real.
And all my friends we were talking about, we were like, how does he do it?
That's so
How does he do
true.
it?
It's because he's funny.
Because no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
It's the
he's attractive, but he's not a guy that you would look at and be like, oh my god, like he's so
If
hot.
he wasn't
Like
funny
he's
and
attractive,
famous,
he's not.
if he wasn't funny and famous, I'd look at him and be like, not
Yeah,
for me.
like
But
he
he's funny and he's famous, and so therefore he's cute.
Remember like the Miley Cyrus and him dating rumors
and then
too?
Ariana Grande, like
Yeah,
he dates like these beautiful women. And I'm sorry,
Let's look at a picture of him.
my
just for
personal opinion
funsies.
is
And they were engaged, right? Ariana.
yeah, they were
I
engaged.
found that out.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were engaged. Yeah,
I'm stunned.
he looked better with his natural hair color. I don't like when he does the bleach blonde.
I like
bleach
the
blonde
bleach
doesn't-
blonde.
I like the bleach. I'm sorry.
I'm a bleach
I dig-
blonde
I
Pete
dig-
Davidson fan.
I
yeah.
dig the
bleach
bleach.
one. He looks better.
I love Pete Davidson.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
It's funny. I like.
I'm
him.
a huge SNL girl. I love Pete Davidson. I was so sad when he left. I get why, but you know,
I'm big. Wait, why does this Emily girl look like Kim Kardashian?
because that is
She kind of does.
that is a picture of Kim Kardashian.
why
was
does it
looking
say
at. I was looking at what she.
Emily Ratajkowski.
I don't know, but
I was looking at what she did. Apparently, she was
did
in
she-
iCarly. She was in iCarly. Apparently,
What?
I don't know. I looked it up. She was some girl
Who?
named Tasha in iCarly.
Oh,
And
she was Gibby's girlfriend.
yes, she
Oh
was
my
Gibby's
gosh,
girlfriend in
I'm
iCarly.
so-
Oh my God.
so confused, but now it all makes sense.
Gibby. Even Gibby bagged her. That's crazy. You know what? What do these dudes got other than a sense of humor? That's
Gibby is everything. Don't even.
Yeah, I don't know what don't Gibby was like peak of iCarly.
okay.
Gibby is my love. Oh, she's so pretty.
Pretty, my love.
She's so pretty.
She's gorgeous, and I
I'm
don't know what
jealous.
Pete Davidson is bringing to the table other than a
He-
guy.
he's so funny.
He has so much trauma, y'all.
Yeah,
so that's a
yeah.
lot to unpack.
Everyone.
But that's a lot.
I feel like he
That's
fits
a
into
lot.
like the underdressed boyfriend and overdressed girlfriend trope.
That is so true.
Yeah,
That is so
How-
true.
How did we get into that relationship?
I would love to be his overdressed.
I would
girlfriend.
love.
I would love that life.
I don't know
I'm
how
sorry.
overdressed
Like,
I'd be.
pick
I'm
me.
sorry, like yeah, like pick me. Like
I don't know
I
how
Put me on the
overdressed-
roster.
can I be on the roster? Like my turn next. Like, I'm on the bench waiting.
Pete Davidson, if you're listening, you have a candidate.
If you're listening,
You have another
If he
candidate.
is listening, we got like hit him up on like Tunes on Tuesday or something, even though he can't sing.
Him and what was it? Him and Timothy Chalamet who did that?
Timothy
oh, we
Chalamet.
did the skeet.
Chalamet,
You're
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet, yeet,
Skirt. Skirt.
Yeah, it's
Hold
a good one. It's a good one.
Skirt that.
I love that.
Hey, you never loved me, Mom. And I needed you. Whoa. Yeah. Hold up. Drop that.
So
Skirt that.
I just love him.
chaotic.
Ugh,
Welcome to Messy Hour, y'all.
that was amazing.
For real.
What a moment.
But we're gonna get into some more quirky, not like the other girl stories now. Gabby, do you want to do the first one?
Sandals.
What?
You heard me. I said sandals.
Say it. This is so.
Once worn by Steve Jobs. I know, it's crazy. auctioned off for a whopping $218,000.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding
Is Steve
me?
Jobs dead?
All right.
Yes, super dead.
Oh,
dude.
he's okay.
Super.
Like
Rip Steve.
R.I.P.
So these sandals, yes, you heard me, sandals. The California house where Steve Jobs co-founded Apple is a historical site. Is it really? That's super cool. According to an auction house, the sandals he wore while pacing its floors, goodbye, have been sold for nearly $220,000. I was gonna say 2,200. That's just not the right word. Julian's auction said Sunday that the well-used brown suede Birkenstocks, not the Birks,
Not the
dating
Yodas.
to the mid-1970s, set a record for the highest price ever paid for a pair of sandals.
I'm still laughing at pacing its floors. That's
I
like,
know, right? Crazy. Okay. The audition house said on its listing that their website, quote, the cork and jute footbed retains the imprint of Steve Jobs' feet, which had been shaped after years of use. Yeah, I mean, 1970s, dog. Of course, those dogs be barking. The sandals were expected to bring $60,000, but the final sale price with an accompanying NFT was $218,750. The buyer was not named. Jobs and Steve Wozniak, co-founded Apple in 1976 at Jobs' parents' house in Los Altos, California. Why is English so hard today? In 2013, the property was named a historic landmark by the Los Altos Historical Commission. Jobs died in 2011 from complications of pancreatic cancer.
Just click on that article because they have a picture of the Birkenstocks on it, and it's
I want to see these Birks.
It's so bad. It's
What
like
is-
Oh,
actually,
them dogs was barking.
It's
Yeah,
ac-
it's like oh,
it's actually so
Okay,
bad.
For those who are listening, let me give a description.
please do.
You know your average Birkenstock, the brown, the buckles, you get it. So the edges of the heel are like bending in, like they look
chewed.
like floppy.
Sure.
They look floppy, and then like they're very like you can tell they're worn because like where
There's,
the
like,
feet
little
are is like
toe
shiny.
There's
you
like
know?
little toe imprints.
Yes.
Stuff. Yo,
Steve Jobs' feet was barking, dog.
Seriously, I'm gonna be so real with you. These look like they came from biblical times. Those are Jesus sandals.
That's
if
what I
I've
was
ever
just
seen them.
thinking. Those are Jesus
My
sandals.
Lord and Savior was wearing those because
Wait, pause. How long have Birkenstocks been a company then?
Apparently
forever.
since the 70s.
Birkenstocks.
since the beginning of time.
Stocks company founded year. We're gonna find
These
this out.
were made from the fresh leather of a cow slaughtered in the biblical times.
Birkenstocks. What?
What?
Biblical times.
Birkenstocks were founded in 1774
17.
in Langenbergen,
Okay.
Hammersbach, Germany.
Okay, but like going back in time, this means that Hamilton could have potentially been wearing Birkenstocks during the.
That means that
American
George
My
Washington
goodness. Pulling up in the Berkeys, starting America.
pulling up in the Berks.
Yo, me and my homies writing the Constitution. in the
Meanwhile,
Berkeys.
Crocs was made in 2002.
Meanwhile, Crocs, but like the Berkeys. You have
This
to.
is crazy to me. Okay, wait. So I just like found like it, it was like people also search for. Adidas was founded in 1949,
interesting.
which means there are.
fairly new.
Does that mean that there are people who rock it in the 50s wearing some Adidas?
Oh, for sure.
That's kind of lit. And also Puma was created the year before that in 1948, and both of them were made in Germany. Puma and Adidas. Does that mean that these people in the 50s were rocking out in Pumas?
No, for sure.
That's hysterical.
I
love that. I
my
can't
dad-
get over the Birks being 1774.
My
though.
dad was born in 56 and all his friends had all the new Adidas stuff growing up.
That's amazing.
All of it. And I'm looking at these Birks. I cannot get over these Birks.
That's what I'm saying. They're
Like-
like
I can't get over the fact that Birks were created in 1774. That's when these sandals look like they were made, dog.
No, seriously, colonial times.
Colonial
Growing
times.
up with the Bill of Rights with the dogs out. Like it's wild.
Like actually though. Oh my.
I wonder if they're like clean or if they're
Pulling
like,
up
they're not
pulling up-
clean.
pulling up
No.
to the Civil
Look at
War
them.
in your
Those things
Birks.
not clean. You're staring at them right now. Those things are not clean.
Dude, they must stink, yo.
No, not stink because they're
only
outer
have
shoes.
one pair,
They
though.
can't really like
You could like
hold that.
Not even a
stench.
little
you
bit.
could have afforded
No,
as many.
No,
pairs
he was
as
too
you
busy
wanted.
working on
That's so
Apple. He
real.
has one pair of shoes.
He
and
was
wore them
pacing
for,
the
like,
floors of his house in
That's-
those shoes.
But you, my guy, like get a new pair of
Steve,
shoes.
no, that means that these shoes, if I put these shoes on, I'm suddenly just gonna have
They should
Steve
have buried
Jobs'
him in those
brain.
shoes. Honestly, they should have
That's
buried
true.
him in those shoes. He should have been buried in that casket. With
They
those
should have
birds.
just buried the shoes, whether he was wearing them or not. They should just
No,
bury them.
seriously, they hold some type of entity in there because those have seen things.
Those are Steve Jobs.
We're gonna find out that the person that bought them is possessed by Steve Jobs.
Truth.
I know. You're really getting the bang out of your
Emo
butt.
just said in our chat, great work starts with the feet.
That's true. That's deep, kind of, you know?
Is it deep?
Yeah, because, you walk towards your goal. You
Oh my-
walk, you even run.
I think you're
Run
thinking
towards
into
your
this
goals.
too much.
I think she is.
I don't know. Yeah, and
He
I'm
was
just-
pacing the floors.
He was pacing. He was pacing. You know, I guess running Apple.
Rip Steve Jobs, TBH. Anyways,
TBH.
let's move on.
All right. Our next story is quite interesting. Have y'all ever done a little dance, a boogie woogie, maybe a little nod to your head when you listen to music?
I have.
Mhm.
You have?
I have.
Rats do that too, actually. Yeah. So a Tokyo researcher or researchers discovered that rats actually have rhythm.
You said I ain't got rhythm. No, I ain't got rhythm. I ain't got rhythm. I ain't got rhythm. You said I ain't got rhythm. I was like, rhythm to me ain't got rhythm.
That's so
So,
good.
like, they got like research.
Please.
Why did no one tell me that Emal posted the Lady Gaga costume in the Discord?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
It's
she
stunning.
really- so
Yes,
good.
You saw it.
Yeah, you saw it.
Oh, I did.
Anyways,
Anyways,
we need to
these Tokyo
dismiss.
researchers have discovered at the University of Tokyo that nodding your head to music isn't just a human thing. Researchers found
Sure.
that rats react similarly to humans by bobbing their head in sync with the beat of the music without being trained to do so. The new finding reveals new ground in understanding the inner workings of the animal brain while also cluing us in on what causes us to react to music. Associate Professor Hirokazu Takahashi was interested in studying the effects of music that it has on the brain and why it evokes emotion. His research team fitted 10 rats and 20 humans with accelerometers to measure head movement while listening to Mozart's sonata for 2 pianos in D major. At 448 at different different tempos, they found the rats, just like human participants, moved in rhythm with the music. Yo, Chucky
The rats
Cheese
got
and the
rhythm.
gang.
Yeah, the rats got rhythm.
Hey.
Yeah, the
No,
rats
but you
got
should-
rhythm.
Have you seen that video of
The rats
that
got
like
rhythm.
animated rat dancing to the Michael Jackson video that dogs are obsessed with?
I wish I
No.
knew what you were talking about.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I
Oh,
immediately
no.
thought of those commercials. I don't know who it was, Kia or something, when they had the hamsters
Oh,
in the
and
car.
then
And
hamsters
they're
in the
like
car
bopping.
jamming.
That's what I'm thinking
Kia,
about right now.
the Kia commercials.
You have, let's say you have a pet rat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pet rats just bump into your music. What are you doing?
I'm bumping with them.
No, real.
Real.
Me and Gabby are bumping right now.
We're bumping.
I
I want to test what kind of bumps they give with certain songs.
And honestly,
Like, do they give sad bumps with the sad songs? Like,
Wait, here,
Yeah.
I'm setting the rat dancing video into there.
oh no,
And, like-
I'm so terrified to watch this.
honestly, if I catch a rat bumping to music, I'm probably gonna dap that bro up.
Yeah, no,
know, that's
we're
a homie.
homies now.
So good that it apparently dogs are obsessed with it.
Honestly, I wouldn't
Really?
blame them.
Yeah,
I think dogs need to start dancing more.
true.
They're so
Yes.
good. They're very good. But I think
dogs can dip. Have you not seen Garfield?
I have,
Odie be bouncing. He be jumping.
he does. But
He did a little dancey dance.
I'm gonna say a little shout out to my dog because my dog doesn't move. at
Ella
all.
looks so confused. Why do you look
Isn't
confused?
Garfield a cat?
Yeah, but Odie is his
Oh, just
dog,
the
bro.
dog.
Have you not seen Garfield?
Not really. No.
Oh my
You were
god.
like, I've seen a dog
Dancey
dance. I've seen
dance.
Garfield. I was like,
No,
"Oh,
Garfield. Odie be dancing.
Odie do be dancing.
And Garfield dances with Odie.
That's true.
And he hates Mondays.
And then he
likes
pushes
lasagna.
Odie off the chair.
yeah, that was like a lot for my brain energy.
Sorry, that was very niche. If you haven't seen the Garfield movie, you would not understand.
True.
Cat. What are you talking?
Yeah, I said Odie though. Odie's
Is
lit.
Chris Pratt voicing Garfield in the new?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
Also voicing Mario.
Yes.
Let's not talk about it.
Black is Bowser.
Going
Let's not talk about it. It's a rough world out there.
I'm just gonna interject this.
Anyways, suspect wanted for stealing electric scooter in CVS.
I want an electric scooter so bad.
I see all the
think it would
people
be
on
so-
campus zooming by, and I'm like,
feel that's
damn.
so
literally-
silly.
No,
That
I
would
think
be
these
so
electric
silly.
scooters are like the grandma like gets in the chair scooter.
Going down campus in
Oh,
electric
like-
scooter.
Oh, like
That's
the
kinda lit,
Walmart,
though.
like the Walmart.
You know what would be that'd be kind of lit though, because imagine that Terry really just cracked herself up. You're done. Anyways, so that would be kind of lit. You have a basket to put your books in and stuff, and you just kind of like imagine like the slow.
No, I
Up
thought
the
you were
hill.
talking about the when they have like the razor scooter things and they're like,
One that you
electric.
kick.
Well, let's find
Oh,
out.
the
That's what I
electric
thought I
one.
was talking about.
Let's find out. So, look out, MSU students that own electric scooters. The Florida man is on the loose. Officials are seeking public's help for identifying a suspect that stole an electric scooter from a CVS store. The incident occurred on October 24th at the CVS store located in the 100 block of North Dixie Highway in Lake Worth Beach. Okay, well, that doesn't really describe. I guess it is like an electric scooter, like the ones that people ride
The
in
sit-down
class
ones?
on their way to class. No, like the ones
The
that people ride.
motorized
to-
ones.
CVS like sold
Yeah.
that kind of vehicle.
I didn't think they
so-
did either. That's why I thought maybe it was like the
Florida
actual.
ones do.
What if
Apparently
it's
Florida ones do.
cart?
That's what I've been trying to say, dog.
I didn't hear you, man.
Obviously not.
I
would
wasn't
rather-
understanding. I think it's the
Like
cart.
the grandma carts.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the little
I-
basket that you can like put your books in and then just like up the hill.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
Honestly, I've always wanted to go to the grocery store and use it, but I always feel bad for using it because there's people who actually need them. But I really want to just sit and drive around the grocery
Did you ever
store
have
more.
like the Heelys?
No, my mom
I
wouldn't let me
did,
do
and I was
that.
really bad at
You
it.
know, my mom is listening
Break
right
my
now,
legs.
and I will never forgive you for never letting me buy Heelys. I'm looking at you right now.
I want to
Wow.
buy
I'm
so
bad at
bad.
you, mom.
I would love a pair. of
I had
those.
Heelys. I was not very good at using them.
Something really
understand.
embarrassing. I had really big feet as a kid. I was like a women's
Her.
8 when I was in like 2nd grade.
Her
And
as
so
you should.
I could never wear twinkle toes. I could never wear
Oh,
Heelys. I just couldn't fit in
Not
them.
the twinkle toes.
So I'm like now I really like
however, will your toes twinkle?
like thinking about me having to like walk to class. I'm like maybe in my adult life it's
Do it.
time to invest in a pair of Heelys.
I never
I
did.
bought shoes when I was a
That'd
kid.
be cool.
I've seen one person on campus wearing Heelys and riding around, and they look like they're having so much
Like, that
time.
would be
I
so
want
much
those
fun.
Lightning McQueen Crocs that light up.
Okay, but
Yes.
like same. They're
Same.
fire. They are fire.
They look. Can I be honest? I haven't owned a pair of Crocs since I was like 5.
I have Crocs.
That's great.
And and here's the thing is I was so against Crocs for a hot minute. I realized with like in high school when everybody was wearing the Crocs, I was like, why are we doing this?
Why are we
They're
doing it?
ugly.
Yeah.
And then I got to college and I was like,
They're kind of nice.
they're still
only
ugly,
wear
but
Crocs.
like I kind of love
only wear
them.
Crocs. And my closet is full.
Are you wearing them right now?
No, I'm wearing Vans today.
You're
but
lying to me.
normally I would
You
only
just
wear
lied
Crocs.
to me, Riley Kupo.
Holes, and it's so cold out.
Riley
She would-
Kupo
I
just lied
have the
to
winter
me.
ones. I have the
I have
winter
the
ones
fuzzy
that are
ones.
fuzzy lined. I've got winter
Yes,
ones that
I
have Uggs in
love
them.
Crocs and Uggs, but I always get so embarrassed because do you guys like trip in them like a little bit? Like
Sometimes, yes. Not in my Uggs, but in my Crocs, sometimes I do.
Sing it, I can't. It's so bad.
I'm really just bad at walking. And
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
so-
just I can't walk.
I feel that. I have a question because you have the fuzzy lined Crocs.
I do
Yes.
too.
So, like, do they?
They're
They have-
hot. My feet get hot.
How do
My
you-
tootsies be warm.
I know those things are kicking. What do you do to like not make them stink or
Oh, you
dirty?
just take the L.
Do you?
Yeah, you just kind
You
of
don't
like
walk?
it.
throw them in the wash or something?
Well, they don't stink.
Do you wear
You're-
socks?
You
They
could
have
throw
to.
them in the
Stop
wash,
being
though. Like,
nose blind to your own
I
scent.
promise you, I'm not.
no, but
I
you
know
could
my
just throw
feet
them
be
in the
stinky.
wash. There's just still Crocs, just with fuzz on the inside.
Yeah.
I see.
But they're like I don't know. I wear socks with mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say Crocs over Uggs or Uggs over Crocs?
Okay. Personally,
different occasions.
different occasions.
Okay. Fair.
I very much used to be an Uggs person, and I still love a good Ugg, but I don't really have any Uggs right now.
Mm.
I have Ugg slippers, but I don't know.
My dogs ate my Uggs. I don't know. They thought it was like a
I think
toy.
my Uggs. I think my Uggs go with more outfits. I think my Crocs
Mm.
are chilling if I'm chilling.
Yeah.
But Uggs
If you're
make your
chilling, I'm chilling.
feet
I
look
like that.
so
Exactly.
big. Like
What?
Uggs make your feet look
I
so
love
round.
them. I'm an
Crocs.
Ugg stan. I love.
If you
Uggs.
have big feet,
You're
Crocs
wearing
make your
them.
feet
I
look
love
huge.
Uggs.
Yeah.
You're wearing the Uggs.
Those are different. You have like
know.
very, are they like the boot low rise or are
Okay.
they like slippers?
So they were like on sale, so they're like in between.
I love it. No, I like that for you.
My-
I like the low rise Ugg boots, and I used to not, but I like them.
My
now.
one vendetta with the Ugg slippers, I do prefer them, I think, because they look warmer. But my boyfriend has them, and they are so.
He is somebody
gross.
who would wear Ugg slippers
Isn't he?
constantly.
Isn't he? They smell so bad.
Well,
From-
yeah, because it's fuzzy, and then your feet be sweating.
That's why I'm thinking the Crocs would smell too.
No, well, no, I don't wear them that often enough for them to.
Do you wear them with or without socks?
With.
Socks.
Well,
Socks.
if I'm like walking around, like if I'm like just wearing them around my dorm, I won't like wear socks.
No, because why would I do that?
But, like,
if I'm out and about,
Out,
My
yeah, I'll wear
ankles get
socks.
cold.
Socks
Like, it doesn't-
always.
It doesn't save your ankles.
we
from the
can't have the
freezing.
dogs barking like that.
I'm not
No.
Steve Jobs. I don't have like toe
Yeah,
imprints. In my
maybe I
shoes.
need
They
to
gotta
invest
have,
in
like,
some
Doesn't
birds.
bark as bad because there's like ventilation going on, you know, because with
Not
the
really.
holes and
The holes are covered by the fuzz.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a whole big thing.
You could still put the little like decorations in them though. You can
I
still
love how
have,
we
like,
got
the
to
little-
shoes
Yeah.
from a scooter. How did that
Real.
happen?
No idea.
Heelys. Heelys.
Heelys.
That's
wow.
what it was.
This conversation could be on Off the Rails Mondays, 6 p.m.
Lara is begging for the next story. so
Okay.
I'm gonna make it
Let's
happen.
do
for
it.
her. Do you want me to take it?
You can take it if you want.
Okay, so Target is selling Christmas themed toilet paper
You're
that
done.
will make you feel so festive every time you visit the bathroom. This is what you wanted, Lara. Is this what you wanted? So, just as you think the stores are rushing to the holidays, enough you thought wrong. Christmas decorated toilet paper is hitting the shelves. If your festive little heart desires, prepare to ditch the regular brand you usually buy for a more festive look for your bathroom. So forget the loyalty to your desired toilet tissue, whether you're a 1-ply or a 7-ply person, because Christmas is here. 'Tis the season. And if you want, please favor these rolls of toilet paper specifically for the holiday season. Dubbed their novelty toilet paper, these rolls of bathroom tissue will be making the washroom feel more festive than ever before, and you'll be pleased to know that there are more than just one holiday pattern to stock up on. Pair it with some gingerbread before you go spray, and you're set to be home alone. That was clever. I like that.
I just looked up the toilet paper. Someone's selling them on Poshmark for $23.
why is
Poshmark.
it going? Okay, so I have
Is
a
it like
question.
lightly used?
I have a question.
You have a question.
So, is it going to stain your skin
Why would it do that?
because it's colorful?
No, I don't
Because
think
it's
it would.
colorful. So, like, you know how like sometimes like if like a colorful paper gets wet, it, like
No,
you know?
I get what you're
Don't-
saying. I don't think it would.
You've never had toilet paper with like patterns on it?
Riley's like, you've never had toilet paper before.
Oh, it's wait. So there's no colored patterns on it.
There
It's
are.
just.
They're just. It doesn't look
is.
as strongly pigmented.
I
so
thought it
think
was. I thought there was like pictures on it.
There are.
There are.
Okay, so my point still stands.
But there's been toilet paper in the past with like pictures on it.
yeah,
It's
and
not-
how do we know that it? How do we know that it didn't stain? Do you know? Do you know from personal experience, Riley? I
Yes.
think not.
Yes.
Oh, so you do?
Yes.
So it didn't stain you.
No.
She checked.
Good. Thanks for letting me know.
Listen, I
So-
want to describe these patterns that we got going on. So there's some gingerbread. There's like a red striped one, red and green striped. Those look like mittens, I think. And there's like one with like Christmas tree branches or like branches in general. There's Christmas trees all lined up, and I think that one is Santa. The picture is like really. I'm also not wearing
I'm
my glasses.
Quite intrigued.
Oh, wait, do you think it's gonna be like those gushers that leave like imprints on your tongue?
Gushers!
Or like the fruit roll-ups. The fruit roll-ups.
Just
No. No, I'm saying.
No, you're done. I'm canceling you today.
Do you think
Turn off her
do
mic.
you like that?
Turn off her mic.
I think that I feel
She's
like no.
canceled.
I feel like no personally.
Okay. Well,
Would you quickly before we wrap up? Would you buy it?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, because Target.
because I love unnecessary festive things.
That's so
Truth.
true. My roommate, she had a little Santa thing in her bathroom at home, and every time you would flush, it would like sing a
Okay,
song.
I think that's where we're gonna end.
Yeah, we're
today,
done,
'cause
we're done.
I don't want to get into it.
Oh my god!
Don't let me get into it.
This was so funny. Okay, that has been the most chaotic morning buzz ever. We went from politics to toilet paper in the
Yes.
past 2 hours. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Terry Dickerson. I'm your host, joined by my co-host Gabi Lutz, our sportscaster, Ella Rising, our newscaster, Riley Cupo, Emo Music McCormack in the Talk Studio. We will be right back here same time next week if you're rocking with us, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
WMSC.
90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair. Bye.
This is Charles Osgood. You're listening to 90.3